Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Macy Marie. Getting hurt or lost when you're hiking is not something you expect, but it's something you should plan for. This weekend, search and rescue crews had to save a man from Daniel Boone National Forest. Adam Bernstein talked with officials about what happened and how you can stay safe on trails this time of year.
It's something hikers never expect to happen, to get lost or injured while out on a trail. Well, Saturday afternoon, Powell and Wolfe County Search and Rescue teamed up to rescue a hiker on Martins Fork Trail after he hurt his knee and couldn't make it out on his own.
He stayed pretty dry. He was under the ledge. And of course it's cold, but they found him immediately, so he wasn't that far in, thank goodness. He was smiling, they said, and really when he came down, he was fine.
Lisa Johnson tells me that one of the most dangerous aspects to hiking during this time of year is the fact that all the leaves on the trail make it especially slick, even in hiking shoes. And on top of that, you also have to deal with the cold weather.
Trees are falling. Coming here today on one of the back roads, we had a rock slide. So there's a lot of elements out there you have to look for when you're out hiking. And I mean, you can have the best of shoes on, be the best hiker, doesn't mean you're not going to fall.
Lisa also advises hikers stay at least a body's length away from any edges, and even before you go hiking, you should always pack essentials such as a blanket, snacks, and water in case you get hurt or lost.
A lot of people said, well, I didn't expect this to happen. No one expects it to happen, but it does. So just be ready.
In Powell County, meteorologist Adam Bernstein, WKYT.
This month, the Powell County Search and Rescue Team are celebrating their 6th anniversary since the organization was formed and started saving hikers. This morning, a mudslide on Kentucky 1428 in Floyd County closed the road for a few hours. Officials say their trucks were filled with salt, so crews needed to dump it before they could begin to work. However, when they began cleaning up the slide, employees worked quickly. The road is back open. Highway Superintendent Randy Hall says it could have taken much longer.
We really like to get the road open and stuff, so they come out here, operated their equipment in a safe manner, got the job done proficiently, got it done so the public can travel through.
This is the exact same location of the mudslide on January 5th. And road crews in Pike County saw a similar scene this morning. A mudslide blocked all lanes of traffic on Town Mountain Road in Pikeville. Once the road was cleaned up, crews were called back out to the same spot. The side of the mountain slipped off into the road again. Jamie Fleming with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says drivers need to slow down and pay more attention and clean up areas.
Everybody sees those yellow lights, slow down a little bit, take a little extra time, because don't want to see nobody get hurt.
Crews worked to clear the road once more, and it reopened around 1:30 p.m. Today marks exactly 1 week since 6 people were killed in a Lexington crash. Police say 41-year-old Joey Bailey of Georgetown was driving the wrong way on I-75 when he crashed head-on with the Abbas family. They were headed home to Michigan after a Florida vacation. Everyone died. As Emily Arroyo reports, 7 days later, they've all been laid to rest, but the memorials continue.
It was just a week ago that news of the tragedy brought a stunned Michigan community together. Loved ones filled this room of an Islamic center up there once again Sunday night. But the loss is just as raw.
How can you provide comfort and how can you fill the void?
Questions that many are still grappling with a week after a beloved family was killed on I-75 in Lexington as they were traveling home from vacation. Attorney and real estate agent Assam Abbas, OBGYN Dr. Rima Abbas, his wife, and all 3 of their children, Ali, Isabella, and Giselle. Officials believe this Georgetown man was intoxicated as he drove the wrong way down the interstate before hitting and killing the Abbases and himself. As active members of their Michigan community, the loss hit hard, and many spent the week in shock.
Your love and outpouring of sympathy has been so tremendous and unprecedented. Over 5,000 mourners have come to pay their respects, and probably another 2,000 here today.
This vigil comes after a week of memorials, funerals, and final goodbyes, but loved ones know the heartache is far from over.
When parents and siblings are in solitude, the sounds of weeping from dawn into the late hours of the day. And that feeling of emptiness does not go away. And then realizing that we must face it each and every day.
In Lexington, I'm Emily Arroyo, WKYT.
Instead of flowers, relatives are asking donations to Mothers Against Drunk Drivers be made in their honor. The other driver was also laid to rest this week. Officials are still waiting on his toxicology results to make an official ruling on if he was driving under the influence.
Well, it has been a very gloomy day here in the mountains, and bad news is that really continues as we head into the overnight hours. We're kind of getting in on that misty rain as we head into those overnight hours, and now we're starting to see fog set up. You can see on the UVA WISE camera over to WISE Virginia is really starting to get foggy over there. And as we look at our visibility map, a lot of areas are getting in on this, showing less than a mile in Pikeville WISE, showing about a mile in Hazard and Jackson too. So just really, if you're headed out tonight or early tomorrow morning, you're going to want to take it slow, as you could be seeing some patchy dense fog throughout the evening. Now, we saw rain move through earlier, snow for some, especially those areas up to the north along I-64, but we're starting to see most of the moisture get out of here. And, you know, satellite and radar's not showing, you know, the misty rain that we're kind of seeing outside now, but hopefully we'll start to dry out as we head into your Monday. Now, temperatures are freezing. They're getting right near freezing, and with, you know, the wet roadways, we're going to see some refreezing as we head into the overnight hours, so definitely could see some slick spots heading into your Monday morning. So scattered rain chances, maybe a little bit of some flurries tonight into your Monday. A very chilly Monday as well. Good news is high pressure finally sets up, though, by the time we get to the middle of the week, and sunshine will finally return before rain return once again. We'll break down that full forecast in just a little bit. Macy.
All right, thank you, Paige. A plane slid off the taxiway at Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport this morning. The Delta flight just landed after arriving from Las Vegas. According to a tweet from the airport's official Twitter account, the plane, quote, left the pavement of the taxiway on its way to the terminal. There are no reports of injuries. All 126 passengers and crew on board made it to the terminal safely. A house fire killed 4 foster children in Clay, West Virginia last night. We do not know the names of the victims. Authorities say they were a 6-month-old boy and 3 girls ages 3, 4, and 8. 2 adults and 2 children were able to escape the home. We do not know the cause of the fire at this time, but firefighters do not consider it suspicious. Blackhawk Mining sends more than 100 of their local experienced miners, some from the Pine Branch Mining Prep Plant, to Hazard Community Technical College for a retraining event. Instructors say each miner must update their certificate of training forms every year. WYMT's Taylor Upchurch explains.
We have Blackhawk doing their annual retraining.
An 8-hour session required by the state and the Mine Safety and Health Administration.
And that's what they're here today do, is take their retraining, learn, make sure they don't make any mistakes or have any accidents.
About all we know around in these parts.
Coal is how they make a decent living, but without up-to-date certifications, none of these men could keep their jobs. Why? Because safety is key.
Well, actually every job is dangerous. You know, you just have to stay alert and, you know, watch what you're doing and watch your buddies.
Though mining is second nature for these men.
It's just a whole lot like driving while you're texting. You do that, what happens? There's a lot of accidents driving and texting. Same way with mining. It's a safety. You got to have a safety culture in mining to prevent accidents and fatalities.
They take advantage of what Blackhawk Mining provides for free.
Because if you don't, you know, you'll have to go, you know, the Mines and Minerals will give, you know, a free class, but, you know, if they ain't giving a free class, you have to wait or you have to pay for it out of pocket, you know, and it can get expensive.
As part of MSHA's training plan, all subjects must be covered before an instructor signs off on a miner's 5023 form. And though some procedures may just seem like common sense, these miners say simple reminders help refresh minds, young and old alike.
Like getting down off a dozer or something, you know, if it's been raining or, you know, freezing rain or whatever, that stuff, that metal gets slick, you know, and if you don't, you know, use your hand, hold your 3 points of contact, then, you know, you can fall. And I've busted my old knees and skint machines and everything in the world, you know.
Making for safer work environments. In Perry County, Taylor Upchurch, WYMT Mountain News.
Retraining applies to those who simply need a refresher. If you are an inexperienced miner in need of mine training, you can go to our website, WYMT.com, for more information on how to get started. Every year, sheriff's departments in Kentucky start off with $0 in their bank account, and they borrow state money at the beginning of the year. In Perry County, Sheriff Joe Ingalls says they can get money, but he says this year they may not be able to get as much due to a previous loan not being paid off.
$200,000 of it has been mailed in, and that would leave them owing $75,000. The state says they will release us $60,000 to begin, but we cannot borrow no more money after that till the other $75,000 is paid off. So, you know, we're held kind of hostage by this situation, and we hope. I've spoke with the county judge, and he's assured me that it will be paid off. He's been talking to the former sheriff, so he's assured me that hopefully that this is going to be paid off. So he's got high confidence, and hopefully it will be, so the people don't do without the services of the sheriff.
A Southwest Ohio Republican Party invited Governor Matt Bevin to the Lincoln-Reagan dinner in March. The event Bevin is highlighting will be held at Cincinnati's Music Hall. We do not know what he will be talking about at the event. Bevin announced in August he will seek re-election for a second term. Coming up at 11, when a man had his bike stolen, a local group came together to get him a new set of wheels.
And scattered rain chances continue overnight with possible flurries as we head into your Monday. We'll break down that full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.